What's going on, guys? It is the Coaster Battleman here, bringing you an awesome video. I am finally, after a few weeks, closing out my Cedar Fair What If series about where would the coasters in their coaster lineups go. And this is the video everyone wanted to see. What if Cedar Point was closed next season? And there are talks about Mean Streak being RMC'd, and there's been supports coming, so Mean Streak is going to be RMC next season, which is amazing. I'm really excited for the RMC of Mean Streak. It might be one of my favorite roller coasters. But where would their coasters go next season if Cedar Point closed? With the brand new Mean Streak, recently rebuilt Valraven, and other awesome rides like Millennium Force. Millennium Force is an awesome Giga, but it should be relocated to Kings Island because they do need a Giga, and they haven't built a coaster in the 300-foot range yet. But if they relocated Millennium Force to Kings Island, it would still be living in Ohio. Not Millennium Force, but Millennium Force would be still located in Ohio, but this time at Kings Island, and it would be definitely one of their best coasters. Let's talk about Top Thrill Dragster. I think it should be relocated to Carowinds because Carowinds already is a coaster in the 200-foot range and the 300-foot range. Why not go even higher with a 400-foot level coaster? Because Carowinds does need a launch coaster and a strata coaster, so I think it would be a great fit to have Top Thrill Dragster relocated to Carowinds. Let's talk about Maverick. I think it should be relocated to Canada's Wonderland because Canada's Wonderland, they do have a decent or a solid top 3, but their top 3 could improve a ton with Maverick. They would now be on the map for Cedar Fair parks because originally they just had Leviathan and Behemoth, which got them on the map a little bit, but they'll be even more on the map if they get Maverick. Let's talk about Valraven. This is the newest coaster at Cedar Point besides the RMC of Mean Streak for next season. So Valraven should be relocated to Dorney Park in my opinion. As Valraven is an awesome B&M dive coaster in my opinion. Everyone says it's not that good, but I really like this ride due to the inversions, the drop. It's just a very fun coaster, but it's not really worth the wait. If you want to ride this, it should be worth short waits. So that's why I think it should be relocated to Dorney Park. Plus, Dorney Park does need a dive coaster besides a GCI Woody. Let's talk about Gatekeeper. In my opinion, the second best B&M roller coaster at Cedar Point. And I think it should be relocated to Worlds of Fun. Because Worlds of Fun needs a wing coaster. They don't really have that seating configuration. So I think a wing coaster would be a great fit at Worlds of Fun. Let's talk about Raptor, and obviously for almost every single inverted coaster in this series, I've said it would be relocated to Valley Fair. Enough said. Let's talk about Rougarou. I think it should be relocated to Kings Island because they do need a floorless coaster, which would be a great fit at Kings Island. Plus, this coaster has a stand-up roller coaster style layout as well, which means the drop looks pretty good. The inversions are solid. There may be a little headbanging on this ride, but it's a B&M, so it would still be one of the average roller coasters at Kings Island. Let's talk about Wicked Twister. This coaster would definitely improve Michigan's Adventure's lineup because Michigan's Adventure, they do have Shivering Timbers, but then the rest of their lineup isn't the best. So I think Wicked Twister would become easily the second best ride in the park. Let's talk about Iron Dragon. I think it should be relocated to California's Great America. It would give them another supporting roller coaster that would still be one of their decent coasters. Let's talk about Magnum XL 200. And finally, after all these coasters I've said, it wouldn't be relocated to King's Dominion. I'm saying Magnum will be relocated to King's Dominion because King's Dominion does need a hypercoaster, and some people consider this ride better than the Morgan Hypers. Let's talk about RMC Mean Streak. I feel like the steel I-box track will be relocated, while the structure is going to be rebuilt at Kings Island. I think this would be a great fit for Kings Island. They do need an RMC as well as a floorless and a Giga. And seriously, Kings Island will get 3 new roller coasters out of this. And let's talk about Blue Streak. Finally, after all these coasters that have been rebuilt at other parks, Blue Streak, in my opinion, should be rebuilt at Knott's Berry Farm. Give it a GCI reprofile, and you're all good. But unfortunately, there are a few coasters I actually like. Like Gemini is one of my favorite roller coasters at Cedar Point due to the racing aspect. But unfortunately, in my opinion, not really any parks would want it due to being a little jerky or too old. So I think any of these coasters should be just torn down completely, as well as Corkscrew, the first coaster to feature 3 inversions. Unless it could go to like a smaller park that doesn't have any roller coasters at all. But thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more videos.